Hey, this is David.
I'm George.
And I'm Ori.
And this is Tabletop Animators, a show where we watch and react to board game Kickstarter videos and discuss the ins and outs of what we love about them, what might have been done better, how successful they are in getting us to check out the campaign, and even dive into the process behind the scenes.
And boy, do we have 3 amazing videos for you all to see today.
All right, so let's get started. Let's switch it up. I don't want to start this time.
Okay.
Let's start with someone else.
George, go ahead.
Well, I decided to pick a video today, a Kickstarter campaign that is based on Rainbow Six. I think we should just watch it because honestly, there's not a lot to say before it. I think there'll be a lot to say after it.
All right, cool.
All right.
Let's check it out. So it's 6C.
A disclaimer, I think we all saw this one already.
Sure.
The moment it
Which is
dropped.
why I chose it, because I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
I mean, we
Right.
saw it even before it dropped. I think we were talking about it. So.
Op 4 found a bomb. You must defend it.
Frank, take cover!
Stay close to me. I'll cover you.
Targets detected. Stay with me.
15 seconds remaining.
Come on, you know. Stay still, you'll be fine in no time. CEO's office! On smoker!
Man, oh man.
Oh, man.
I think it's clear that I love this video. I think I want to start by saying when I play when I play board games, I just kind of like, I think watching this video made me feel like a child as well. You know, when you kind of like play with your toys and you kind of imagine this
That's
world that they live in kind of thing. And of course, this is based on, not just the video game series, but also the books and stuff. But
cool. Tom Clancy.
I just love how they kind of showed the board game pieces interacting with the world, but also like animating them and like, jumping over the table, things that you would kind of imagine as you're playing the board game. So I thought they did such a good job implementing the two things here. Clearly the creator, not only has an incredible animation background.
This guy is called Fabien Delarue, and I'm a major fan of his work because he, I think, is the only creator that really brings the board game trailers to video game trailer level.
Exactly.
He has amazing work. You should definitely check. And he's part of Mythic Games, right?
Yeah.
So he's part of their team. It's a one-man job as far as I could tell. And all their videos are just amazing. And they were amazing inspiration for me for the possibilities that are possible with board games, board game videos. I mean, this is just phenomenal because the way he copied the animations from the game, that you put the boards up or you place the bombs.
I'm really curious. Like at first I was like, oh, did they somehow like comp them out of the video game and use them like that? But I don't think so because all the lighting matches. So
because it's Fabian, I'm pretty sure he created it from scratch using it as reference.
Yeah. And that was the thing too. It combined all of the things, like the video game, the board game piece. Like even just the fact that in games you look at a board and you're like, oh, there's supposed to be a wall here, and at the very end, like the camera kind of does one of these, and then you see the wall, even though you couldn't at the beginning. And I don't know. There's so many little moments of like absolute brilliance in this, and also it does such a good job, I think, in providing the theme, or doing such a good job. The fans of the game or the video game will really feel at home and get them excited for the board game. And I
I think
believe
maybe that was the goal, because
yeah.
As far as like on second watch too, I got more of the board game play. But I think when I first watched it, I was like, I still don't really get what I'm going to be doing playing the board game, but it looks cool. It looks cool. So I
David,
think
you were a little negative in the beginning. I want to know more about what made
well,
you
no,
feel that way.
that was it. That was just like I still didn't know. Again, I think maybe also without any voiceover explaining some of what was happening, I didn't quite get what I'd be doing in the board game. But yeah, like it's the everything looks awesome.
You're going to be shooting stuff with miniatures.
And it's full on theme, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I was going to ask what you thought about the no voiceover thing. I actually felt, because everything else was so cinematic, it didn't matter. It felt like I was watching an infiltration scene from, it was just, I didn't need it for this.
Yeah. And again, I think because of know your audience, right? Like, I think if you're targeting people who love the video game, make them feel at home and make it feel like the video game's happening on the table. Whereas, I think if there had been if it slowed down and there was a section of voiceover and you're going to be doing this and this and this, then it probably would have killed the momentum.
I wonder if there's maybe something like that. I mean, I get there have so many other videos, and this does the perfect job of making you scroll down just to see how does this actually play. Because a good thing I think the video does a few things really well. It, like George says, shows how the video game aspects are integrated in this board game. It's like, you can do this in a video game, or you have the capture the flag or capture the base. You have this in the board game, and how you can shoot through walls. You can have this in the board game. The second thing that I think this video did really well is tell a lot of story. Yeah, there's all these mini stories and mini scenes, and the guy that sneaks up behind, and that last shot where you suddenly see his eyes. And that's a very dramatic moment, because, okay, whoa, this is something, I didn't expect that. He's looking at something. He realizes something is wrong. And then he gets blown with a grenade launcher through the wall. So that's the perfect composition.
So I'm assuming he had access to the game, like, assets, because these characters,
I would imagine so, yes.
Yeah, these characters are right out of the game. That's pretty cool to have.
And then from a technical perspective, obviously, like, it's so good. But even the moment where there was a guy walking using that, with the glow from the screen through the smoke. I don't remember exactly what what the scene was, but just from a technical perspective, that part here, I just really love that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And see, I said walking, even though it was sliding. It's a game piece, but it still, like, brings you into it.
This was a little confusing. What happened there? Where he disappeared?
He went in an air duct.
Oh. Okay.
See, that again, those were the little things I was like, wait, what's going on here? Like, gameplay wise, and like, I didn't quit. And this too, like, are you able to get above somehow, like with the guy?
Yeah,
I think it's like teleport.
So that's cool. That's cool.
It's like in every Aliens game I've ever played. It's like those stupid aliens get to go places you can't.
Oh, nice. Yeah, really well done.
Anyway, I had to see what you guys thought, because to me, this elevated it again.
Oh, that explosion is so good. Go back to that last explosion.
Was that explosion done in post? I'm just kidding.
No, that was definitely done inside.
Yeah.
I mean, you use Houdini to get stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Houdini.
It's incredible.
For sure.
Yeah.
And also, like, let's not forget, like, also the camera work was extremely well done. Like, including this part, like.
Yeah, everything flowed together really nice.
I mean, how do you build this video? How do you like the script and the composition and the storyboard? I can't imagine making this video with my workflow, which is a more organic feel for it. I mean, this had to be like very thoroughly planned. You can't wing this type of video.
It's true.
So
Yeah, I mean, you could very well get a storyboard as well. And again, working with Ubisoft and Mythic, they probably have more resources to plan
And
it
it
out
helps if you're a fan
than
of
we
the
do.
game. And you probably take the best moments from the game and you want to replicate them with board game pieces mixed with animated characters.
And like
I
giving
imagine
people-
that's how I would approach it.
Yeah.
Like, how can we showcase all the fun that can be had?
Yeah, because they're showcasing all the different characters too, right? So
Mhm.
show what each one does, kind of thing.
So definitely, I would scroll.
Yeah.
already did.
Yeah,
Not my budget, but yeah, I definitely did scroll down.
Excellent work, Fabian.
Fabian, I really hope we can get him on in our very long lineup.
I would love to pick his
Because
brain.
yeah, he sounds amazing.
Awesome. Well, great job.
Thanks, guys.
All right, I will go next. So I wasn't sure which one to pick. There were some really good ones this week. I was like, Scarface was awesome. Valor and Villainy was awesome and different. But I actually ended up going simpler on one that I saw and I was like, oh, this is so like pleasing, and it got me to scroll and back it.
Wow.
So I'm picking Winterhaven Woods, which is a very, it's a short video. It's nice, like 2D, simple animation. But yeah,
I haven't seen this.
I haven't seen this one either.
It was so pleasing and like, I don't know, heartwarming. I was like, oh, it's nice. It just gives you that sense of like you calm that you're gonna have when you play it. I don't know. Let's check it out.
Okay.
Large flakes of snow began to drift to the ground, and a hush falls over the forest. Winter is almost upon them, and the animals are preparing to settle in. Squirrels chitter to one another from their branches as the deer roam the forest, picking the last signs of autumn off the trees. Rabbits skitter about, seeking shelter from the bears and wolves, running quietly through the meadows, hunting for food. Only the hedgehogs seem unconcerned by the cold winds from the north. Welcome to Winterhaven Woods. Winterhaven Woods is a drafting game for 1 to 6 players where the goal is to create the highest scoring section of woodland in the forest. We're excited to be back on Kickstarter and looking forward to another great campaign with this wonderful community. We hope you'll join us on this adventure and we'll love your help spreading the word.
Oh,
It's just like,
It's so cute.
it's so cute.
it's so cute.
I mean, what struck me was like, oh my gosh, I love this voiceover. It reminds me of like a Charlie Brown episode. There's always like a voice.
Well, it's actually a brilliant choice for this game and video because you often don't have child voice actors,
Mhm.
used often. I guess when I say it out loud, I guess it has to be the perfect project to use a child
Yeah.
instead. And this was, like I totally see the appeal and why you really chose this. I love the work that went into having all the different poses for the fox, or moments for the animation. Personally, I was hoping, and I'm glad that they showed the game even a little bit at the end. I was worried for a second that we wouldn't see the game at all as we were going through the video, and I realized there wasn't a lot left.
I think that was my one thing too. I would have liked to see a bit of gameplay. At least they showed the card. They show how nice it looks with the box.
Yeah, I think the reason I would scroll is to see how this game is actually being played, because all I could tell was you make a row of face down cards.
Yeah.
That's all I was able to tell from it.
Exactly, and that's why I scrolled too, because I was like, the art and like just the feel of it got me. So like, yeah, I want to
In
see
the way it worked.
Yeah, no, it's true. It did.
It just shows it's a perfect example of how very smart minimalism
Mhm.
could be so effective.
Yeah, I think that's why
Because-
a lot of the ones we pick are just like, wow, look at all this stuff. Look at
Exactly.
all,
Yeah.
look at all the the components, but this was just very, very simple and pleasing, and it got me to scroll.
And
Just
this is a great. Sorry, go ahead, Ori.
I just said I wanted to say because it gives you emotions.
Mhm.
That's all the video is about. Just get you to feel the right emotion and the feeling that you're going to feel, and that's going to get you invested. That's all you need.
Yeah, 100%. That's what this showed, and that's why I wanted to pick that one.
Yeah. And
What were
that's-
you going to say,
there's-
George?
I was just going to say there's something amazing to utilizing, I'm not sure what the budget was for this video and if this was created by the game designers themselves. I'm not sure who made it, but it just makes me think of utilizing the assets that you have
Mhm.
and trying to tell a story and trying to tell, you don't need big budget, big explosions or big budget things for creating a Kickstarter video for your games, and especially if it's maybe one of the first few Kickstarters you're doing, or whether it is a smaller, lightweight game, like
I think it's their second one.
work.
Too creative. Oh, scroll up. There was a team before that.
I didn't see it.
Go up.
No, I think that was just like reviews and stuff.
Here.
Oh,
Oh, it's
that was all, like,
reviews.
reviews.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think it didn't say in the end that it was created both the game and art by the same guy.
Yeah, it says game and art by Joel Botkin.
So yeah, it's that guy. So I think he also did the asset, if not the video itself, he did the assets for the video.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all taken from the cards. But like you said, it's nice to see in some parts that they went ahead and did a few different poses right here. Like, it kind of gives that like stop motion feel.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort
And-
of bedtime story
Mm-hmm.
type of feeling.
For sure.
And I also liked, live action wasn't too much footage, but I also really liked the setting, like the
Yeah.
tree stump worked really well,
Yeah.
and also the camera movement was really nice, especially getting to the box at the end. Like, it was really nice and smooth. Like, and I love the slight sort of, pivot or, pan, like really nice work.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
camera work. And having the snow even go over the live
Mhm.
action.
Yeah.
Done really well.
Yep.
And yeah,
It's
like you
the-
said, this is their second campaign. It's a small game, a small goal. So they weren't going to have $3,000 for like a big budget video or whatever. But yeah, they did a great job with what they had.
It was also very meditative in a way. Like, I feel really relaxed. I mean, it is.
I feel relaxed now, I have to say. After being
that's-
convinced by the
feeling-
previous video.
Yeah, that was my whole
sleepy.
point. Like, this is like,
But in a good way, obviously.
Chill
I really
game
like
to
the
play.
wolf too.
Yeah,
Also, good points for this video, having subtitles.
yeah,
Very
and
important.
and then the audio too. The audio is spot on with all the little crunching through the snow and
Mhm.
beautiful music. The whole thing worked. The whole thing worked to give that ambiance that they wanted.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to check this out. I'm definitely going to check this out. It looks really, really cute. Okay, I have to be honest. I haven't watched it the whole way.
Okay.
I started watching it while I was trying to put my kids to bed, and I watched it without sound, and I was blown away by the first few seconds. I'm like, okay, forget everything else I wanted to check out. I'm going to watch this the whole way with the guys on
Awesome.
Tabletop Animators. So let's see what you guys think.
Have you
Awesome.
seen
I
this one?
haven't seen this either.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one. All right, let's do it.
Hey there, mortal. I'm Hades, ruler of the underworld, and I'm looking for some help walking my collection of ghostly hounds. I hear you're one of the best dog walkers alive. I hope that's true, since my lovely beasties are to die for. So, when can you start? Heckin Hounds is a 2 to 7 player trick-taking game that explores the perils of professional dog walking in the underworld. If you want to keep your job and your life, Being just good enough is the key. Do a fantastic job, and I'll have to promote you to underworld management permanently. Do a terrible job with my precious pooches, and you'll end up as professional dog food instead. So funny. When you show up for your shift every round, you'll have no idea which hounds
It's Tabletop Simulator.
I thought
Yeah.
so.
players
When
take
I first
turns
saw
as
it, I
the
was
shift
like,
leader,
is this
giving
TTS?
3 clues to other players as to which hounds they are holding. However helpful, useful, or beguiling the tips is up to you, but always tell the truth. Shift leaders also assign a player the most important pooch, Cerberus, the trump card. To play the game, you'll need to promise how many shifts, tricks, you can take based on the hounds you think you have, and what your fellow dog walkers are holding. Play your cards, take your tricks, and pass on the responsibility of shift leader until everyone has had a chance. Then, it's time to meet your fate. The player that did the least amount of work, scored the least amount of points without going into the negative, wins the game and keeps their life. This is Heckin Hounds.
What a concept for a game.
Pretty neat. Be as mediocre.
Yay, post credit scene.
Yeah.
I guess I could click off until the very end.
Yeah, you never know what surprises waits in the end. Okay, wow. So
Wow. So clearly they put all the budget
Yeah.
at the beginning.
At the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, so from what I understood, that this is a fan of the game that decided to do this for them. I don't
that's
know if it was paid or not, but I think it was sort of this passion project he did as a favor. I think. Okay, don't. I can't find like an info on the page. It was a Facebook post
Oh, okay.
where they shared it. But I was so taken by that first animation and that briefly hearing the voice acting, and yeah, and the theme.
Yeah, because it's not often you start with a fully CG character with lip sync, right?
Yeah.
That was cool.
So obviously, I don't ever want to judge or take away from the fact that someone might think I should just use Tabletop Simulator to show how my game plays. Did I get how the game plays? Did it work for the video? It did.
Mhm.
It totally did. At first, I wanted to be more judgmental about it for some reason. Maybe I was like, because I've heard a lot of people say like, why don't I just shoot Tabletop Simulator? It does work, but a lot of people will recognize that it's Tabletop Simulator. Is that bad? I'm like having this inner.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Well, because we know, like, oh, if this was rendered in Blender or Maya, like, oh man, it would look really nice, right? But so the table, like, right away, it gives you that. I knew right away, I'm like, oh, this is like TTS, just because it looks like a video game.
I think the question is this: if you don't have the budget,
Yeah.
then is that a viable solution?
a
Because
brilliant
if you have the budget, then we can, I think, unanimously agree that you
Yeah.
should definitely go for a higher production value. But if in this case where it was all done with they put the big, and I think that's what they did so smartly, they added that intro, which
Yeah.
really pulls you in, grabs your
For sure.
attention, and you would give. I mean, if it started with Tabletop Simulator, all of us would click away. But thanks to that intro, we watched all the way to the end. I mean, first time I didn't even reach that point.
Yeah,
But
because yeah. No, you're right.
But having said that, even if it is Tabletop Simulator, they still used some really great techniques like the slow zoom in. They did do highlights. They did
They sped things
elevate
up.
the footage as best as they could, and I think it totally worked. That's where when I first saw it was Tabletop Simulator, I wanted to be more judgmental, but then I'm like, kudos to them, and I couldn't agree more. Ori, like, if you don't have the budget, and this is the way you can do it, they made the most of it, and
Yes.
I'm really happy that if that person did volunteer for the intro, like you said, I'm really happy for them because now I'm more drawn into the world.
Mhm.
She is such an interesting character. I want to take care. I'm scared of her. I wanted to take care of the dog. So yeah, like you said, I think we totally gave it a really a good chance because of that intro.
Yeah, and they went and added, the little fire and the highlights
Yeah.
and stuff, and
Mhm.
it works. It definitely works.
Yeah, and certain points they added a mask, which made it feel like it was actually in the scene,
Yeah.
behind the tokens.
So
I mean,
you want to say what a mask is for anyone who maybe
a
wonders?
mask is basically
Yeah, I'll go
hiding
back.
certain areas in
I'll go
a
back to where it
scene.
happened.
Here, there's like here they didn't put a mask, for example. Okay,
I thought
whenever
that- I
something
thought
needs to
maybe-
be behind something else, then you put a mask to make that. For example, if I had the pencil in front of me and I want to simulate like it's flying behind me, I would have to put a mask to hide it from where it passes my face. That was a horrible example, but
You would mask your head
Yeah.
basically, so you can
Or
put
mask
stuff
my
behind
head.
it. But the comedy was good too. Like I like with the why is the voice
The script.
actor was talking about like the person getting like I guess deeper into hell or in hell. I think that's what I got out of it. But also like the puppy coming and eating one of them.
The hellhound.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, it looked good. It did its job of showing the game off.
Yeah, it's good to see one of the like this type of video and inventive.
Yeah,
and
I'm
making
really
it all-
happy that we're bringing not only the big hitters, because that could be easy, like just to bring
Yeah.
the biggest videos that have the highest budgets, and I want to, and board games are supposed to be inclusive for everybody, and that includes designers, whether you have a big company or you're just doing it by yourself. There's always a way to show your passion for your game.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah,
I have so much appreciation for
love the puppy.
That's funny. I have so much appreciation for first-time designers or first-time publishers. I'm sure you guys get this a lot too, where people contact you and then they hear about your prices and they unfortunately can't afford you.
Yeah.
I still try, and I've done a lot at the beginning, like a lot of either pro bono work even, but a lot of discounts when I see people that are very passionate, because I want to help as much as I can or give back as much as I can. But it's really wonderful to see how inventive they can be and try to tell their story and showcase their games.
And you see people want to do it, like Ori's got his tutorials, and you see people wanting to know, hey, how can I do this in 3D, or how can I animate this, and everyone's like, learn Blender, right? So
Exactly.
it's definitely something that's accessible to people because of Blender. It just requires that time to learn it. And
how's this one doing? I hope it's doing well.
Yeah, it looks like it reached its goal.
It funded,
and same with Winterhaven Woods, so it's good. Again, and I want to be able to show some smaller campaigns as well, like you said. Doesn't have to be all the huge blockbuster ones.
Heckin Hounds. I love the name too.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thank you for finding this. I'm glad we got to see this.
I didn't. Yeah, I mean, when I saw the post, I didn't even want to comment on it, so you won't see it.
Right. Yeah.
But now I will definitely give a comment, and I'll link this episode. All right, guys. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I'm just really excited to hear people's feedback so far on Tabletop Animators and Tabletop Animators Create. I guess Reacted Create. I don't even know our own. But I've been getting a lot of great feedback and suggestions. So I hope people keep sending us those. I know we're just starting out, but it's really nice and encouraging to hear some of these. So thank you all.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, that about wraps it up for today's episode. Thank you for watching. And if you want to contact any of us, you can find all our information in the description below.
And as I mentioned, we love hearing from you guys, so thank you so much. So if you have any suggestions on either videos you want us to take a look at and react to, or if you have any topics that you have questions or anything that you want us to cover, please let us know.
And if you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more, please give us a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notified when we post a new episode. So until next time,
stay animated.
Hey everyone, I'm David.
I'm Ori.
I'm gonna read.
George is editing this one, so give him as much to work.
Okay, good. Yeah. Nice.